Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Curse of Monkey Island. So in the last recording, mixed medicine with alcohol and faked our own death. Got a cutesy little cutscene where it started to pretend like it was going to show us the credits, and it got us into the mausoleum, which I guess we are trying to get the ring, and we're hearing this pounding. So probably gonna have to open the casket, and the only new thing we really have is an umbrella. So let's just see if we can open this coffin.
I can't open it.
Alright. So we've got a body over here.
That guy was so bloated he burst his coffin.
Maybe a bit of hint there.
I don't need a rotten corpse.
And then we've got a bone pile over here to look at.
I don't want to know what happened here.
And then we've got a giant web over here to look at.
I wonder where the spider that spun that web is.
This is a pretty awfully kept mausoleum.
Lots of coffins in here.
I suppose for a pirate story, creepy skeleton stuff
Lots of coffins
is in the right move. Maybe we'll have to press on specific skulls. Let's see.
I don't want to carry around any skulls I don't know.
Yeah, this was the coffin we came out of.
Ooh, spooky.
It's been a while since I last played, so some of my
I
frustration
can't use the umbrella with that.
is kind of gone. Let's see if the auger
That doesn't need to be augured.
is the right move here. Or maybe just use a mallet
I
with
can't
it.
use the mallet with that.
Maybe we just need to talk to the coffin.
Go into the light.
So, yeah. Some of my frustration is kind of relieved from having taken a break. But also, I kind of forgot what I was doing. But more than normal, I didn't know what I was doing anyways. It is also worth mentioning that the subtitles there were not saying bang 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 as there was knocking.
Well, hello there. Say, you look
So it's this guy from the first game
Yes, well,
who we bought the ship from,
Guybrush, Threepwood.
and then
You're the
we
one who locked me in there
locked
in the
him
first
in
place.
there in
well,
the
you see,
second
I've been
game.
meaning to-
No, I won't hear of it. That was the best time of my life. Gave me plenty of time to think, you know?
So,
think about the things that really
another
matter.
reference to the previous
I don't know if you
games.
considered this, son, but live burials
Too many
are
of
not an
those.
altogether uncommon experience here in the Caribbean.
Too many
I wasn't aware of
references,
that.
too many member
Not to mention
berries
pirate
as they're
raids and
called
deadly
these
sea
days.
battles,
Remember
huge
this,
man-eating
remember
reptiles,
that.
dangerous quicksand pits, trigger-happy duelists, and of course, those pesky undead. Have you ever thought of what would happen to your loved ones should this gruesome fate befall you?
No, but
Well, of course, you have plenty of time to think about it.
And then we're
Or
back to
do
just
you?
conversation, so it's gonna
I'm
take
one of the
forever.
lucky ones. I've been dead. It's given me a whole new perspective on life. A life that I'm going to devote to making sure people's life insurance needs are met. Here, take one of my business cards I've had made up.
How do you make a
if
business
you've
card?
been locked in that coffin, how are you able to have business cards made?
Now's not the time to worry about the technicalities, son.
I guess
Now's
I'm
the time
thinking
to
the
ask
same
yourself,
level.
Are you covered? Run along now and let me set up my office.
We're trapped in here. The door's locked.
Nonsense! This is one of Stan's cozy crypts, all equipped with a patented secure lock release mechanism. Just jiggle the handle there.
So we could have left at any point if we knew. Feels like I'm gonna stab Stan. The thing to say here, I would say, is compared to the second game, where you do something that's maybe not quite as good as the first Monkey Island game, but still pretty good.
I already have a nice skeleton arm thing.
At the very least, the second game did something slightly different and tried to add to the series, where this is just kind of repeating itself. And you certainly see that with a lot of reboots and remakes of, I would say, TV and movies more than than video games. Video games are a lot more iterative. So, did that literally just tell us how to open the crypt by jiggling the handle?
It's locked. It's locked.
Let's see. So let's look at the business card.
Mutual of stand, because you could die horribly at any moment. It's even laminated.
A laminated business card, which maybe we use
I don't think that would be interested in a business card.
to open the door. There is a crack between doors over here, so maybe we're going to use it to open this door. Otherwise, getting a laminated business card.
Would be interested in a business card. It's locked tight.
Let's see. Mallet.
I can't use the mallet with that.
Mallet with the recycling bin.
I can't use the mallet with that.
I don't know what we're even supposed to be doing. Because we walked across the screen and at least it's different now. Like, we've accomplished one of 2 or 3 challenges on this island.
Mutual of stand.
And it's very ADD, very sporadic and crazy. So we just needed to walk away and then walk back into this area. So, see if we can just steal things off of his desk.
No. No. Is that the photo that came with the frame?
So.
No, that's my wife. Man, I wish people would stop with that.
We got some file cabinets. And basically nothing. Although I would almost applaud the reuse of a room this way.
I don't want to carry around any skulls I don't know.
Although you would probably want him the room
Correspondence Institute.
to change in between acts, not change just randomly. Why would we need a secondary source of water?
Pirates don't drink purified water.
So that's purified water versus seawater.
It's full of seawater.
So you can have seawater or purified water. There's some flies.
No. No.
So it seems like there's just a lot of things here that don't mean anything. Let's just talk to Stan and see if we can figure out what we're gonna get from him. Buy some insurance. Why would I want to buy insurance? I have no idea.
You've convinced me. I want to buy some insurance.
A wise choice, and one you
At
won't
least
soon
this would
regret.
give me
The
like
question
a
isn't whether or not you can afford to buy an insurance policy.
guide.
It's whether you can afford not to. Speaking of which, can you
Interestingly, I
afford to buy an insurance
saw
policy?
a
Well, how much
flicker
Oh, that depends on a variety
on
of
my
factors.
screen. I
How
don't
much
know if that's the
coverage you need,
game or not. I
how
don't
much
know
you're
why the
willing to
game would
spend,
flicker.
all sorts of highly complicated sliding scale insurance equations and such. But I won't bore you with all that. Just let me ask you this. How much money do you have?
Well, I've got these wooden nickels.
I see. Maybe I've confused you somewhere along the line. While nothing would please me more to send you out of here, with the peace of mind that your family will be provided for in the unlikely event of your death, I have to run a business here. If you can't at least show me some collateral, I can't give you a policy.
So I need some kind of collateral.
How about an enormous uncursed diamond?
How about that? Do you have an enormous uncursed diamond?
Okay, no. But I'm like this close to getting one.
Well, I'm this close to believing that you're trying to take advantage of my generosity. Maybe you'd like to make me a serious offer.
Do I have anything else? Do I even have an antique bottle? Where did I get in? I have a pirate tooth.
This authentic pirate relic. A genuine tooth from an actual pirate. Only one of its kind.
Is that real gold?
The finest known to man. Not much spit on it either anymore.
Now you're starting to speak my language.
So we use the gold
All
tooth
right, let's
twice
find a coverage
for
plan that
basically the
suits your
same
needs.
thing.
And you can rest assured that you've provided for your family well after your unfortunate departure.
What are the terms of this plan exactly?
It's quite simple, son. When you die, whoever holds that policy gets a lot of money.
A lot of money? Wow.
Wow is right. Now I want you to be careful out there.
Okay, I will. Thanks.
No, I'm serious. I want you to be very, very careful.
Will do. This entitles the bearer of this document to the sum of a lot of money.
Yeah, and I have like these tarot cards, and it seems like maybe the theme of dying is going to come back into play. We do have this mirror, so we can use the mirror with the lens or
I
the
can't
mirror
use
with the
with
mirror.
that. Perfect.
So let's see if we can
This mirror will work
rotate
fine.
it.
I don't need to take it.
See if we can adjust
Luckily,
the
I don't need
lens.
to adjust it.
So it seems like there should be something else.
There's a mirror now, but there's no light for it to reflect.
Alright, so we got the mirror in the right place. Let's see, the next thing we would need to do is be able to get the fireflies.
I can't use the umbrella with that.
We can't use the umbrella with that. Let's see if we can give the insurance policy to Elaine.
I don't think she'd like that.
And we have no idea what that is for. So it's probably not here. Let's go over to the windmill. Let's see if we can use the umbrella on the windmill blades to get up and inside this building so that we can see what's there. That's somewhat logical, but not insanely logical. Go ahead and pick up the barrel.
No.
Go ahead and look
It's
at the
full of
barrel.
fermenting sugar water used for making rum.
Again, another item. Auger with the
That
barrel.
doesn't need to be augured.
And chisel.
I
With
can't
the
use the
barrel.
chisel with that.
Alright, so inside the building we go. Why was there a limiting factor to getting to that? So we open the door and there's nothing else there.
It's full of fermenting sugar water used for making rum. Nah.
So we have the village with assorted fruits and vegetables and chafing dishes and ornamental skulls. We're
I'm
not
not
going back
It's too
up that
dangerous.
way ever. This decorative centerpiece.
Very classy.
So that pretty much leaves us with just the hotel. It's kind of nothing on the beach. So we've got to go back and talk to these two people and see if
Hi,
they...
guys. I guess you'll be wondering how I came to be back from the dead. No questions for the dead guy come back to life?
They don't care.
No questions like, is there life after death or is there a heaven?
It is interesting,
Will
I
there be
suppose,
adequate
that they did choose
Fine.
to
Be that way. I wouldn't tell you about the hereafter if you begged me.
put in this extra cutscene. Alright, let's just talk to Madame Zima.
Madam Zima,
Begone.
I
You will bring death to all who surround you. No good can come of this.
Yeah, so unless I'm supposed to give a tarot
my
card
pirate instincts tell me I should keep this to myself.
to him, yeah, I don't know. Let's go talk to Good Soup.
I thought if I died, I'd be buried with your aunt.
That's exactly the
Isn't
case.
it obvious? You can't be buried in the Good Soup family crypt unless you're a member of the Good Soup family.
A member of the family, huh?
Hmm.
Uncle Griswold, it's me. Don't
So-
you recognize me?
We're gonna have to fake our death
Recognize you?
twice.
I've never seen you before in my life. What is your name?
Hearty beef and potato soup, vegetable soup, split pea soup, split pea and ham soup, wonton soup.
Wonton.
Wonton?
I spent several years in the Orient.
I don't recall having any relatives with that name.
Okay.
I'm off to explore the rustic charms of Blood Island.
So I'm guessing what we need to do is go in here, look through the file cabinet, and see if we can find a family history
It's
in
labeled
here.
Good Soup Family Records.
There we go. That's what we needed
I'm
to
sure
do.
it's just a bunch of legal stuff I couldn't hope to understand. It's labeled Good Soup Family Records.
Good Soup Family Records. Can we put the insurance policy
I
in
can't
there?
use the insurance policy with that.
Can we put...
I don't think that would be
This.
interested in a business.
Can we put anything that would identify us as a family member in the family records?
Fortune telling won't work with that.
No. So we have the family records. We kind of know what we're supposed to do, but it doesn't really help. Damn. And I don't know what the next part of this is. This is the problem. We just constantly run into this situation where we're just left with very little to no breadcrumbs whatsoever. I have no idea who I'm supposed to give the insurance policy to. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get the fireflies. I have no idea how to empty out this
I can't
cup.
use the measuring cup with that.
Maybe what we could do is see if we can use the measuring cup on the stump. If we go over here and then try the measuring cup with the barrel, maybe it'll pour out the seawater and get the rum water, the sweet fermented water, which maybe then would get the fireflies, which then would get us to Blood Island. Okay,
It's full of sugar water now.
sugar water. Alright. Double click this way. Double click this way. Use the measuring cup on the stump.
The sugar water would attract the fireflies, but there's no way I could catch them.
Okay, we're halfway there.
I
Umbrella?
can't use the umbrella with that.
Greasy
I
hand
don't want to
lotion?
lubricate that.
What?
That doesn't need to be
This
augured.
auger does look like some kind of trap system.
My mask of tofu won't do anything here.
How are we supposed to catch this? And we were trying to remove the cork on that. We still haven't found a way to do that unless this
I
removes
can't use
that.
the umbrella with that.
Glue with
I
this,
can't paste that.
or with
I
that.
can't paste that.
Yeah. Doesn't really feel like there's anything new or special. So we're
That
supposed
doesn't
to.
look hungover at all.
mix something together. Alright, so we're back to the walkthrough. Like, even though I've taken a couple days of break since I last played, even though I'm not super frustrated, you still have the problem of just not knowing what you're supposed to do. There's no hints here. I can't just let the game sit for 2 minutes and then it'll give me a hint or something like that. I would just have to run around the island over and over again, trying every single item on every single person, or I just look up the answer. Let's see. Okay. I forgot about the door looking at the walkthrough. I forgot about the door in the hotel that was locked. And this was an idea that occurred to me. I just didn't put 2 and 2 together. This door here is locked. And the standard cliche way of opening a door is to take a credit card sized object like a laminated business card and jimmy the lock open.
I guess I'm better at this pirating thing than I thought. It worked.
So that was what the card was for, and I guess I was on the right track, just didn't know which door they wanted. The way you would have fixed that would have just been to have a shockingly few number of doors. Or, yeah, they did have not very many doors that were locked in the first place, but this is still 3 or 4 clicks away from where you would have gotten the business card, and many potential hours between the last time we would have even tried to get in this room. Plus, there's no real reason why you would want to get in this room.
It's so musty that I don't want to open it up.
I don't have a clue
It's so musty that I don't want to open it up.
What's in here, so what am I looking for?
I'm sure there's nothing in there except one of those hotel Bibles. More porcelain? When will this nightmare end?
So here you have a Murphy bed. Why you'd have a Murphy bed in a hotel makes no sense. And it's a dead guy. And a hole in the wall. And a window. See if we can open the window.
I can't reach it.
You can't open the window?
It won't open.
Okay. So if I walk away, this skeleton will sling back up. Can we do something to make him stay down?
Looks comfortable. I can't reach it.
I'm
sure there's nothing in there except one of those hotel Bibles.
Alright. See, the walkthrough said something about bed nails. I don't see any bed nails. Let me look again. Coffin nails to nail on it. What coffin nails? I don't have any coffin nails. So, alright. Would have been nice if you could jump out this.
There's a peculiar odor in this hallway.
If you could jump out that window, that would save you several clicks. And that would have been a prime place for a shortcut. Even if, and particularly if it led you right into the graveyard. And then the graveyard could have been locked by default. Alright, so desk. Okay, there's all these coffin nails here. And they are so small that you probably would never see them. They did do you the favor of not making you pick them up each individually, which I think a previous Monkey Island game did actually make you pick them up individually. So there's something Slightly improved there. Lots of clicks though. Lots and lots of clicks. Also, every time you fail this, you're not getting any hint at all. Like, every time you walk away and it flings back up.
I'm not sure if that's strong enough to hold it. I might need one more nail.
Let's see.
I can't reach it.
So, why would that not be the solution in total?
I'm not sure if that's strong enough to hold it. I might need one more nail.
Like, why would it make it more difficult? Let's see. Chisel.
Not enough leverage.
This is so ridiculous because all it says, enter the left room, use the mallet on the nail in the hole in the wall. We already did that. Oh. This is the left room. We already used the mallet on the nail in the wall.
I can't use the mallet with that.
This is the Mega Monkey walkthrough I'm looking at. Go to the hotel, go upstairs, enter the left room, use the mallet on the nail in the wall, exit the room and pick up the nail in the portrait. Did I just this entire time not see a nail? That is absolutely the case. There is a nail right there, just another tiny pixel art. You'll never find it if you didn't have a walkthrough telling you it was there. Item. That's a fairly common problem with point and click adventure games, but it's also a problem that could have easily been addressed after the first time.
One more nail.
Like after the very first time somebody had trouble and had the pixel hunt, there should have never been another point and click game.
The bed has been nailed down. That ought to do it.
Yeah, that's a unnecessary solution to a puzzle. Should have just been one collection of nails. So here's the skeleton.
Wow. I'll bet his room charges are pretty hefty by now. The Murphy bed is slammed up so many times it's made a hole in the wall.
So this item doesn't seem like it probably is useful as any informative, useful bit of information, because you only see it after the fact. Right, let's look at this book and see what it is.
A Life in Pictures by M.M. Goodsoup.
So
it's full of all the dates and fun facts you'd ever want to know about the Goodsoup family. And it says I'll receive a new book every month, or cancel with no obligation, and keep my copy of Buccaneers and Bouillabaisse as a free gift.
So I need to figure out who M.M. Goodsoup is, and it probably is a little bit more difficult than just saying I'm M.M. Goodsoup. Probably have to use this in conjunction with that.
Well, I can't use the book with that.
Alright, maybe not. Maybe we just talk to him and say we're M.M. Goodsoup, and then we kill ourselves again and get buried in the family crypt.
Look at me. Don't I look just like a Goodsoup?
No, you don't look much like a good soup at all. In fact, you look more like one of the Broth's childs. They always did have weak features.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. Every day I wander the Good Soup family hall of portraits and give my respects to each of my distinguished ancestors. Every distinguishing feature of the Good Soup family is there in those pictures, and I see nothing in any of those portraits that might remind me of you.
Okay.
I'm off to explore the rustic charms of Blood Island.
So I have to look like all of these good soups, I guess.
Minerva Stronheim Good Soup, Baroness of Borscht.
Is there anything else?
Well, I can't use the book with that. Fortune telling won't work with that.
But I don't really have a way of changing my appearance either. So it got me in this area, and it got me a book. And that seems to be it.
Gross.
Seems to be all you can do in this area. So I'm just back to the walkthrough again. Alright. Apparently I did things out of order. And because of that, now... Let's see. Pull the portrait. Put the portrait on the left door. Open it and enter. And put your head in the porthole. Okay. So, another solution. Unlikely to realize. No breadcrumbing here. So they want me to do this on this door. So then I can then open the door, walk through here, and then open the portal.
It's already open.
And then I guess look through it.
Ah, there's nothing like family. No matter what may happen in the topsy-turvy world of the Caribbean resort business, I can always relax in the knowledge that I come from good, wealthy stock. Breeding. That's what's important. Breeding and culture. Just like Grandfather Lambert. Breeding, culture, and lots of really old money. It makes a man proud. It's funny. I don't remember Grandfather Lambert as looking so common. Oh, weird. It's like his eyes follow me.
Just keep
like
talking.
That really creep me out.
Yeah, there's not really a lot to say there. The way you solve this, and it really sucks for a point and click adventure or any game really to have to come back and go, here's how I would do it. And in this case, I'm having to come back as a critic and saying, here's how I would do it. And I honestly feel like I would have done it better. All you would have had to do is every time you got into this line of dialogue saying, where you tried to convince him you were related to him, he goes, let me go back upstairs and look and check the photos of my family and see if you look like any of them. Something along that lines. You have a right to write it better. Then you have him go up and look, and then you have the player not be able to run up there and think he has to interact at that time. Or you allow him to run up there and beat him somehow and thus pull off that trick. It still would be a pretty complicated solution, with the only idea you can really do is either breadcrumb it by having somebody else pull that same shenanigan in the previous act and trick Guybrush Threepwood, or putting the portrait cutout on the door automatically, or having Guybrush Threepwood stick his head through the porthole in the door automatically. We're gonna go a little late. I think these episodes are just gonna get a little bit longer.
Look at me. Don't I look just like a good soup?
Now that you mention it, you do bear a slight resemblance to my great-grandfather, C. Lambert Goodsoup.
Clammy? Why, folks back home used to tell me all the time. You're the spitting image of old Chowder Goodsoup.
You know, I think you're right. I wonder why I didn't see it before.
I could just talk about good soup history all day.
So
How
we're supposed to
about
click
that
on
first
this.
fateful journey made to the Caribbean.
Oh, you mean the one that Baron Salmon Bisque the Good Soup began in 1621?
So we did
Exactly.
need the book to solve
He
this
landed
puzzle
on Scab
also.
Island with just a spoon and a dream. In just 4 short years, he had formed the largest chain of all-soup restaurants in the Western Hemisphere. By 1635, he had driven the entire Van Salad family out of the Caribbean and had a restaurant empire that spanned the globe.
Actually, the Van Salads were not driven out until 1637, and the Good Soup chain of restaurants and resorts never did become popular in the South Pacific.
Yes, we are. Oh, all right, whatever. Well, son, it looks like you were right. Welcome back to the glorious name of Good Soup.
I'm, honored.
And as a Good Soup, you're welcome to every benefit the name provides. Instant prestige around Blood Island. A 10% discount at any of the Good Soup resorts in the Caribbean. And, of course, medical, dental, and a 401k.
Yeah, none of those are going to
Best
come
thing
into
of all,
play.
if you should happen to drop dead, you will be buried in the extravagant Good Soup family crypt.
It's as if all my dreams have come true.
Okay, and that just immediately jumps us out of dialogue. What you could have also done is she could have said, I foresee it, you shall not leave this room until by your own accord, or you shall not leave this room alive. And then every time you tried to walk out, you would just have a joke like, some magical mystical force is preventing me from leaving. And then you could have limited a lot of the puzzling that's gone on to get to this point, within the bounds of the hotel, and that would have certainly
Here you go, laddie.
eliminated the risk that existed of me thinking I needed to leave this area. And actually there were several times when we had to leave this area. So we're gonna drink the spiked drink and die again. So you had to die twice so far in this game. They're probably not gonna do the same joke again.
Dear. He's had a sudden and completely unexpected relapse of death.
I wouldn't be
And
surprised
just
if
as
we
were
actually
getting
do
reacquainted,
die 5
Mrs.
times in this
Kinsman,
game, or
it is my
fake our
duty
death
to give him a
5
proper
times.
burial. It is my solemn vow. The late lamented Wonton Good Soup shall be buried in the Good Soup family crypt.
They changed my name based on whatever I said, but I imagine that won't matter. And so does this door just open now?
It's locked. There's no way out.
So at least they make it an effort to make sure that I can't just leave now.
Ominous.
There's a crumbling hole which we'll probably climb out of.
Hey, there's a hole in the ceiling of this crypt. I think I might be able to squeeze through. Wow, it's a tunnel that opens on a deep, dark forest.
Was not expecting this.
It looks familiar somehow. As if I've seen it in a dream. Or maybe it's... I don't know.
So this is the way the original...
Great jumping monkeys!
Well,
A
actually, I don't
terrifying
even
horde of
think the
stomachly
original
rendered rabid
Monkey
jaguars.
Island
They're coming right
looked
at me.
this way.
Whew.
But take a
Good thing I
note
couldn't get through
on
that hole. I'd be done for.
the fact that there was no less than 12 action verbs in that menu. And we've gone from 12 action verbs to literally 3 things. And that works for most things, certainly. It wasn't a terrible thought or improvement. I just don't like the way it's displayed, which you have to click on an item and then hold down the left click and then choose from this way. Part of the problem here, compared to more modern selection wheels which you might have if you're selecting a gun on a controller or something, we'd hit like a left or right bump and then it would pop up a selection wheel, is there's no mouse centering where you have a default choice that would just cancel and then different directions that you would push for certain actions. Instead, it's just your mouse stays exactly where it is and the wheel pops up below you, and so you have to then go up or left or right. But also playing with a mouse, a selection wheel does not make sense at all.
It's a memorial plaque for Mini Strony Good Soup.
Again, this is also a
Yikes.
scrolling area that it would have been nicer. Seems like there's another exit this way. Would have been nicer if they could have squeezed this all into one area. Like, you really don't need this. You could have just popped out of that crypt and that would have saved you an entire screen of animation. Or just drawing. And I guess I don't want to go over here and see what this is, and I don't want to talk to the ghost. Let's see. And we don't really have a great idea of what we're doing. You still have a ton of items that are ubiquitous or confusing to say the least. And who knows how far along in the actual game we are. I suppose I could look here and I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So have we been really playing this game for 8 hours at this point? That would be kind of quite a lot, but maybe that is true. Yeah. I would say we are somewhere between the 7 and 8 hour mark as far as just how much time has been put into us. And I would say a good 4.5 hours of those 7 to 8 hours are mixed in with some frustrating puzzling and just confused wandering. Things that would have not been as objectionable back in the old days when you only had 2 or 3 games for an entire year to play. But nowadays when you can just always get a new game on a cell phone or something like this doesn't make any sense at all. In fact, even if they did make point and click adventure games and put them on the cell phones for free to play or just free without any advertising or in-app purchases or anything, I still don't know if people would really want to spend their time on it, because the frustration level is just there. People just don't have the patience that they used to because they have more options. Patience was really a thing of necessity, and now people aren't required to have it, so very rarely do they have it, at least in the realm of games. Maybe they're more patient with some other things, but in video game terms, people just want it now. They want it fast, and I don't know how you fix this or fix a game like this without turning it into something like a Telltale game. And for the fact that Telltale was successful for a brief moment there, I think they did kind of go in the right direction somewhat. even if they perhaps dumb down the gameplay a little too much. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.